Hey guys, it's time for another one of our Women of the Bible weekly lessons. This will make week 32. We're going to be talking about Mary of Bethany. Now, she was a sister of Martha and Lazarus. I've went over that lesson before. She poured oil on Jesus' feet and wiped them with her hair. Back then, foot washing was an expected part of hospitality because there were sandals and it was also a desert place, so their feet stayed dirty. And then I want to add the fact that Mary went the extra mile and anointed Jesus' feet with very costly oil, then wiped them with her hair. Shows how much she loved and respected him. Let's see. John chapter 12, verse 3. It says, Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Jesus, and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. And then in the notes in the bottom of my Bible it says, John's account is unique in its focus on Jesus' feet, which may have some connection to the foot washing scene in chapter 13. Mary pours about 12 ounces of spikenard, which is perfume, on Jesus' feet, oil. It was not uncommon for a special guest in that day to be anointed with a perfume when he arrived. The region was hot and dusty, and the people did not have showers in which to clean up. A douse of perfume helped the smell. However, Mary broke several customs of the day. First, she approached Jesus at the table, and that day men and women dined at different tables. Second, she let her hair down in public. Women did not let their hair down in front of men. Doing so was a kind of intimacy only to be shared between husband and wife. And third, she wiped his feet with her hair. Certainly a social taboo in that day. In doing this, Mary placed all that she had at the feet of Jesus, humbling herself in front of him and responding to him with love and devotion. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay. We already know what Mary means. Our lesson last week was on Mary Magdalene, and Mary means, derived from the ancient Hebrew name Miriam, which means beloved. And Bethany, Mary of Bethany. Bethany meant house of the poor. So I thought that was also neat. I got a little story to share with you all today. It's a little bit long, but it's worth listening to. A man was asked to paint a boat. He brought his paint and brushes and began to paint the boat a bright red. As the owner asked him, while painting, he noted a small hole in the hole and quietly repaired it. When he finished painting, he received his money and left. The next day, the owner of the boat came to the painter and presented him with a nice check, much higher than the payment for the painting. The painter was surprised and said, "You had already paid me for painting the boat, sir." The owner said, "But this is not for the paint job. It's for repairing the hole in the boat." The painter said, "But it was such a small service. It's not necessary to pay me such a high amount for something so insignificant." The owner said, "My dear friend, you do not understand. Let me tell you what happened. When I asked you to paint the boat, I forgot to mention the hole. When the boat dried, my kids took it and went on a fishing trip. They did not know there was a hole, and I was not home at the time. When I returned and noticed that they had taken the boat, I was desperate because I remembered that the boat had a hole. Imagine my relief and joy when I saw them returning from the fishing trip. I examined the boat and found that you had repaired the hole. You see now what you did? You saved the life of my children. I do not have enough money to pay your small good deed." So no matter who, when, or how, continue to help, sustain, wipe tears, listen, and carefully repair all the leaks you find. You never know when someone is in need of us, or when God holds a pleasant surprise for us to be helpful and important to someone along the way. You may have repaired numerous boat holes for several people without realizing how many lives you've saved. I thought that was a pretty good story. It seemed longer when I was writing it down now. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this week's lesson. I will be back next week with our next lesson. We done 2 Murrays. And guess what? We're going to be doing another one next week. So this might be the month of Murray. I guess that's it. If you have any questions, you can comment on below or anything like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you aren't already. I love each and every one of you all, and I will see you next week.